Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. I have a gorgeous new collection here from Southern Posh Nail Dips, and it is called the Coastal Collection, and it is full of some beautiful soft tones that are going to be perfect for spring and early summer. And they're a little bit different than the ones I've seen coming from the other brands this season. So I want to go through each of these colors and show them to you, and then we'll put together a really quick, soft, and pretty mani. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around. We're getting into it. Alright, so full disclosure, I am an ambassador for Southern Posh Nail Dips, so she did send these to me as part of my ambassadorship. This is a little bit more than half the collection. It's not all of it, but these are the ones that I chose out that I really wanted to play with. So I'm really excited to get to open these and show these all to you. And I'm going to tell you right now that this is probably my favorite Southern Posh collection ever. And that's saying a lot because honestly, I love everything she creates, but this one is just super special to me and I really can't wait to show you these colors. So this collection is already available, so I will have the site linked for you down below in case you see anything here that you want to pick up. But I will say that what is standing out to me about this collection is that yes, it's full of soft tones, but they're in different colors than I've seen. This is not your typical, pastel rainbow. This is just something else, something different. It's almost bridal like. It's got a lot of sage greens and blush tones and champagnes, and we've got a variety of shimmers and fine glitters and chunky glitters. It's just such a beautiful collection. So enough gushing about it. Let's get into the actual swatches so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm going to start with the shimmers here, and the first one we have here is called Primrose, and this is a very, very pale baby pink with a hint of pearl shimmer in it. This one surprised me. You'll see why later because I'm going to use it in the mani, but it's gorgeous. The next one we have here is called Chloe, and you guys know I had to get this if you saw my prom nails video because that is my daughter's name. So this is a beautiful light peach shimmer. The next one we have is called Serenity, and let me tell you, all the other ambassadors were like wanting to use this one right away because look at it. It's just a beautiful light sage green shimmer. It's so pretty. The last shimmer I have here is called Top That, and this is exactly what you would think it would be. It is a top or taupe shimmer, depending on how you say it. But this is such a unique color, and I love this one. Moving into the fine glitters, the first one we have here is called Belle, and this is kind of a creamy champagne kind of color with this silver fine glitter in it. Next we have Something Borrowed, and this is a stunning fine glitter mix. I just love the tones in this one. There's some silver, but then there's also some soft teal, some soft pink, and a little bit of blue. It just really is special. Next we have Crystal Cavern, and it's a little difficult to describe, but it's kind of like a light blushy tone with some fine glitter pieces and some shards in it. It's really unique. So the next one I have here is Scattered Petals, and this one's actually foil, and boy, is it a stunner. It's kind of like a taupey gray shimmer, but it's a little bit of brown, a little bit of gray, and then it has the rose gold foils in it. It is beautiful. Moving into the chunky glitters, the first one I have here is called Sea Glass, and this is another one like all of us ambassadors were going nuts over because it's got the chunky pieces of like kind of a gold and sage and kind of a shimmery white chunky pieces, and then it's got that champagne base. The next one I have is called Pink Pearl, and this is just a single color glitter, but it's a beautiful mix of small, medium, and large pieces, so it makes that really gorgeous like single color look. And last but not least, we have Sterling, and this is almost like a pewter color silver. I really haven't seen anything quite like it, and I love the look of this one swatched. Take a look at these swatches out in the sunlight. Do you see why I'm so over the moon for this collection? I just love all these tones. All right, so I'm gonna be completely honest. I really wanted to use those sage greens, but I knew the other ambassadors were gonna be doing manis with that, so I tried to pick something just a little bit different for my first mani. So I did pick out here Something Borrowed and Primrose, and I just thought this made a really pretty kind of vintage combo. And the pale pink and the shimmer kind of picks up the lighter pink tones in the glitter, so I just felt like they were a great match. So I'm going to keep this mani very simple. I'm going to put Primrose on the middle and the ring, and then I'm going to put Something Borrowed on the thumb, the pointer, and the pinky. And then I'm going to go with the vintage feel of this and put kind of a little brooch decoration here on the middle finger. So I'm going to back off here for a little bit and just let you watch the mani so you can see how the powders apply. But I'm going to tell you up front that Jennifer's powders are some of the easiest I have ever worked with. I mean, if you're somebody who struggles with application or glitters or any of that, you really should try her dips, because I'm telling you, it's no muss, no fuss. You're going to see after I apply them, I barely just have to go around the edge with the hand file and I'm done. They just go on so smoothly and so easily. So I'm going to pour over just because these long nails, I still can't dip with them, but I'll be back to short nails very soon. But anyway, I'm going to back off for a bit and I will be back. Alright, so 2 layers of everything got me exactly where I wanted to be. So now I'm going to encapsulate the fine glitter only with the Perfectly Clear. That's her clear that she sells. And it's an excellent clear. So if you're already shopping and you need a clear powder, I definitely would suggest this one. So this glitter is so fine and laid so flat that it may have not even really needed it. Probably could have just gotten away without encapsulating, but I did want to show you what a good clear it is. So I'm going to be pouring over here as usual just because of these long nails. But I find with her shimmers, I do not need to encapsulate those. Even a little bit of filing and buffing doesn't really remove the shimmer. It still looks bright and beautiful and shiny, so I don't typically encapsulate her shimmers. But, you know, glitters, I just pretty much every time I encapsulate with clear, so I'm going to use her Perfectly Clear just on those. All right, so as per usual, I waited till they were dry. I did my scrub off thing with the brush and activate, press down with the baggie a little bit, and I'm gonna file and buff. But yeah, this is the same process I demoed in my troubleshooting your clear video. So if you haven't seen that one, I will have it linked for you in the cards. But I also kind of demo this clear on a swatch stick, and I just wanted to show you that it's just as good as any of the other great clears I've tried. So I don't think you can go wrong with this one at all. Worked beautifully for this and didn't dull the shine of that glitter at all. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna do my filing and buffing off camera, but really that's gonna be very short because as you can see, these are finished and not shaped at all, and they almost don't need anything. I'm really probably just gonna run my hand file around the edge, and that's about it because everything laid so beautifully and flat, it really doesn't need buffing at all. Okay guys, so you can see everything filed and shaped beautifully. I did go ahead and top coat everything but the middle nail, which I will finish on camera with you guys. But I did use my West Coast gels to finish these, and I'm still really loving them, the gel base and the quartz ultra shine top coat. Both beautiful, and like one of our subscribers said, it's very glass-like feeling. I think that's why I love it so much. I love the feel of them when they're finished. So yeah, I'm still using those, and I will, let you know if my opinion changes, but so far they're definitely like reaching holy grail status for me. So yeah, I decided I wanted to go with the vintagey vibes of this mani, and I wanted to finish them up with a pretty little kind of brooch style gems. So I wanted to show you really quickly some of the newest like gems and like decorations that I picked up from iGel, because I don't know how old these are, but I've never noticed them before. And so they were doing a sale, and I saw these. I was like, hey, these are cute. I want to try some of these. So I just grabbed a bunch, and I just wanted to show them to you really, really quickly. So I know not everyone is into these larger style decorations, but I have to say I really do love them, especially when they're not too bulky. And because I have my iGel jewelry gel, I just feel like they always stay on. I have no problems getting them to stay. So I actually really love them. I think they look really pretty. And I do find that when I put them closer to my cuticle or more towards the middle of the nail, I find them less kind of bothersome as I go through my daily life than like if I put them somewhere else. So yeah, I was kind of thinking of using that crown one I just showed you, but here are some of the other ones that I was looking at too. They're all kind of different, like brooch style almost, but then there's a couple others here that I want to show you. But yeah, that one's beautiful too. I definitely want to use that one. But like I said, they're not all brooch style. I have a couple other different kinds here. Let me show you. So I thought really long and hard about using these because these are definitely a statement piece. But I kind of decided I wanted to go with the brooch style a little bit more, but these are a little bit more, I don't know, sizable, I guess, than some of the other ones. They definitely project a little further off the nail than some of the other ones I got, but I think they're so sweet looking, and I love how they kind of put these little like clusters together. I think they're beautiful. Then we got these cute little gold butterflies. Those are very sweet for spring. And honestly, I died over these. I wanted to use this one too, but the problem is that it's the detail work is done in gold, and because this mani is more on the silvery side, I just kind of felt like it was gonna clash a little bit. But oh my gosh, I love the almost cameo look of this one. I'm totally gonna be using those soon. So yeah, I had a really hard time deciding which one I wanted to use. I kind of like this brooch style looking one, but I also kind of like the tiara looking one that I showed you. So I did what I always do when I can't decide. I turned to my husband, I'm like, pick one. So he went with the brooch style looking one, this number 137. So I'm going to use my iGel Beauty jewelry gel. And that is, as you know, if you've been around my channel for a minute, you know this is my ride or die. If I'm going to apply any kind of sizable gemstones, anything bigger than a small rhinestone, I will always turn to this because it never ever fails me, ever. I always end up having to clip off the gems because it holds on so tight, and I just love that because it's hard enough to get the gem on the first time, but it's really frustrating once you get it on if it just pops off the next day. All right, so I'm just putting down a layer of gel base before I apply the jewelry gel and the gem. So basically I'm just taking a glob of this jewelry gel out of the jar, and it is thick and sticky, stickier than builder gel and thicker than builder gel, so you kind of have to work with it a little bit. But what I'm trying to do is just kind of mound it up here in the area where I'm going to put the gem, and I'm using a little bit more than I usually do just because this is such a sizable gem, and I want to make sure it kind of fills in all the cracks and crevices on the back so it really kind of holds it in. All right, then I'm just floating my West Coast Dips top coat here around the edges first. and then I will kind of gently graze it over the top of that area where the jewelry gel is. I don't want to pull so hard that I start to move the jewelry gel, although it is pretty thick, it'll stay in place pretty well. But I want to go ahead and get the top coat completely covered. That way I can just cure it all together and I don't have to worry about trying to get my top coat around my big gem. All right, so I'm just picking up the gem here and I'm just going to place it in that area and kind of like smoosh it in there until it's really kind of in the place that I want it to be. And I do look at it from several angles just to make sure I've got it completely centered and straight until I'm happy with it, and then I'll go ahead and cure it, and really that's it. All right, so here it is all cured, and you can see that baby is not going anywhere, and I can just go about my normal life with no issues. The only thing I'll say is that with a gem of this size, when I'm like in the shower and washing my hair, I try to keep that finger away from my hair just so I don't tangle it up in there. But other than that, like, I have no problems going about my business, even with a gem of this size. And as hard as I am on my hands, for it to still be in place is really quite incredible. So I can't tell you enough how much I love this jewelry gel, and it works better than anything I've ever tried. All right, so here's the finished look. So we are ready to rehydrate those cuticles. So I'm going to be diving into my limited edition Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil in Daisimi Rollin. And this one is launching tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern along with the sale. The shop will reopen with the sale at 8 p.m. Eastern, and make sure you grab this one because it is limited edition and it smells so fresh and lovely. It's perfect for the season. So I just want to remind you guys, if you did not catch my video yesterday, I'll have it linked, but the shop is reopening at 8 p.m. tonight, and they are going to be having a 15% off site-wide sale. And that will exclude the new releases, but you can still use ambassador codes on the new releases. So you get 15% off of everything but the new releases. If you use my ambassador code CARRY10, you'll get an extra 10% off of everything. And you can still use the 10% on the new releases. So quite a bargain. And let me tell you guys, my list for this sale, it ain't short. I'm picking up a lot of things. So I will see you guys there. So back to these Southern Posh Nail releases. I am in love with the vintage look of this mani, and I feel like the brooch looking gem was just the perfect touch. And honestly, like, I'm kind of mad that I didn't wear this during a work week where I could have it on all week on both hands, because I just love this look so much. It is so my vibe. I just want to say again, if you're looking for some beautiful, easy to work with shimmers and glitters, I really think you should check out Southern Posh Nail Dips. And again, I'll have the site linked down below, but this whole collection is just amazing. And I want you guys to do me a favor. I need to do another mani with this collection, so I'd love to hear down in the comments which colors you would like me to do a mani with. And I was thinking kind of Serenity and maybe Sea Glass, but I'm open to some other ideas too, because I really do love the look of that foil as well. So tell me what colors you'd like to see me try out next. All right, guys, so that's going to complete this video. So I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you have not subscribed already, I hope you will consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content coming every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Central. As always, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Love you to pieces. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Just so you guys know, this is what doing my voiceovers for YouTube looks like. 9 times out of 10, this is what I'm doing when I'm doing those voiceovers. I'm laying either on the couch or I'm on the chair in the back room, and my 75-pound lap dog is crushing me. And I love it. Life is good.